How do I say I told you so and gloat, but at the same time have an era of civility about me? Happy to have you along, my fellow Americans. I'm Sam Bushman with another Liberty Roundtable live short video brought to you by PrepStartsNow.com. When you think preparedness, think PrepStartsNow.com. All right, so there's a news article that I'm not really happy about, but I'm happy about. Let me explain. Headline says, Crisis at Media Matters. Yeah, and then it says key facts about the case. Turns out that Media Matters for America has had to pay north of $15 million in legal expenses over the past 20 months, largely to a defamation lawsuit brought forth by Elon Musk over at X, not to mention all kinds of investigations related to Republican state attorney generals. The staff reductions because of this huge meltdown over at Media Matters has been substantial. Over 50% of their employees are now gone. Bottom line is donor confidence is waning, prompting delays of donations, withdrawals of contributions. People don't trust these guys anymore, right? I can see why. Media Matters has been dishonestly attacking me for decades now. They've written articles claiming that I'm a racist, written articles suggesting that I'm violent or anti-government. We have subsequently put a $10,000, what do you want to call it, winnings for those who can tie me to violent acts, or my dear friend, former Sheriff Richard Mack. Okay, we haven't committed any violence. They lie. They claim all these things that are false about us. And so Media Matters now is being called to account. On one hand, I want to gloat on this and say, I told you they were peddling bogus stuff. Now these attorney state generals are realizing the same thing, and Elon Musk is beating them in court. They're already paying out $15 million and melting down. On one hand, I want to be happy about that. Internally, that's how I feel because of their dishonesty. However, I'm going to stand up for Media Matters a little bit now and say this. They have every right to their First Amendment opinions as well. It's when they cross the line and commit libel and slander or bearing false witness, one of the 10 commandments. At those points, you say they've crossed the line. They've gone too far. And I, Sam Bushman, have talked to attorneys about this, and I don't have the money to do anything about it. So the attorneys just said, oh, Sam, you're a celebrity. You're famous. You don't count. They can do that against you. I'm thinking that's wrong. Well, now it takes somebody with real money like Elon Musk to call them to account. So am I saddened that they're spending money on a bunch of legal fees? Absolutely. Am I saddened that they're getting shut down and letting go of a lot of their employees and possibly going to declare bankruptcy, et cetera? Yeah, it's a sad day, even though they are my opposition. What I would like to do is sit down at the table and be a mediator. Maybe I can mediate between Elon Musk and Media Matters and say, hey, guys, is there a way we could come to terms that would be better for everybody? Getting the $15 million on just the Media Matters side for lawyers doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Maybe I can negotiate a peace deal. And one of the ways I've offered peace to many of these people at Rolling Stone Magazine, Media Matters, all these left groups that attack us relentlessly, is I've offered to take them out to lunch and sit down for lunch. I'm buying, and would just discuss these issues and would try to get past the political differences we may have. And what we'd try to do is learn to humanize one another. We might walk away from the table going, politically, I think they're crazy, but you know what? So-and-so is actually a nice person. They've got a nice family. They've got interesting, cool hobbies, or whatever the case may be. I think sometimes we hide behind our keyboards in the digital world, and we hide behind our anonymity, or that we don't have to face people personally. I think it's time we start facing people and politely talking about civility. As you know, I've created a website called callforcivility.com. And I created an article back in 2015, a clarion call for civility. Well, I just discovered that there is a term that George Washington used. George Washington used to write down all these things, these guidelines in his own mind of civility that he wanted. It's called George Washington's Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation. It's out there. You can find that it's pretty cool, but it goes along with what I'm talking about. Can we sit down and set aside our differences, learn to agree or disagree agreeably, and can we treat each other without going to lawfare in the courts and shutting people down by force? I sure hope so. I'm offering to broker a deal with Elon Musk and Media Matters because I'm just a nice guy like that. And I believe that they've wronged me big time, but I think we should, I don't want to say turn the other cheek too much because they've abused me for a long time. So we got to get that abuse to stop for sure. But if they're willing to come forward with some rules of engagement that make some sense, in other words, ideas of civility, I think we ought to let them off the hook and give them another chance. I'd sure hate to shut them down because what happens when the tables turn and the other guys, the bad guys, get in government and shut me down? Remember the saying, they came for all these people, and then by the time they came for me, there was nobody left to help me? If we're not very careful, we're going to end up in that kind of scenario. I'm Sam Bushman, and that's another Liberty Roundtable Live short video. God save our republic.